Carmen. I teach at Johnson Collegiate in Regina, and I mainly teach English and psychology. The emotions are challenging. So being prepared ahead of time, knowing, of course, why you're doing what you're doing can really help. But I just had someone ask me last week, not a teacher, a parent with kids in another school, how do you mark something really personal? I teach English, leadership, and psychology, which are intensely personal classes. Most of their assignments are talking about very, very personal things. And when you have a student express kind of secret things about themselves or things they don't normally talk about, and then you have to sit there and mark them on what they wrote, it can be a bit of a hard journey. So definitely knowing what you are looking for in each assignment. I know the temptation will come for new teachers. You don't have something planned, you were up late working on another class, and another class kind of walks in and you're like, what I had planned for you ended half an hour early. The temptation is to give them an assignment, and then you end up marking that assignment even though you had never planned on having that assignment. You're just giving them something to maybe fill the time. And that can really stonewall you in your assessment, because if you don't know why you were giving it to them and what skill or attitude or growth you were looking for, you're just going to sit there with a bunch of assignments thinking, I don't know how to start with this. I don't know. So every assignment you have, you should be able to tell, I think, your students, here are the two things I'm looking for. I'm going to look for you to do this, and I'm going to look for you to do this. And for me, because I use the 4-point thing, that makes it clear communication for all of us all the time. It also takes out the middle ground for me in the 4-point rubric. I have to take a stance. Was this meeting, or was this, a 50? And so I will be able to, like, for instance, in this assignment that I have here, this student got a 4 out of an 8 on this reflection here. And I was able to, it's a very personal, it's about mentorship, and so her mother being a positive influence for her. So giving her 50% on that section felt a little bit cruel. But I was able to just underline clearly what I said in the question. Here's 1, here's 2. Those were the things I needed you to address. I can give some feedback on what she did say. This is fantastic. You're clearly getting 100% for the thing you wrote. You just didn't address the second part of the question. So if you know that as a teacher, you're not going to be sitting there confronted with a student who expressed something that they're afraid to tell their friends and say, how do I give you a 40% because you didn't actually answer the question? Sometimes in those situations, when it is quite emotional for the student, whatever they wrote, and they didn't answer the assignment fully, I don't even write a mark on it. I write comments. And then when I give it back to them, I make sure I'm giving it back at a time where I can just mention privately, I loved reading this. Thank you for sharing it. I didn't give you a mark because you didn't get to that last question. And I'll even tell them, I didn't want you to look at a 50 on this. This is important that you told me this. But yeah, for sure. Hardest thing with feedback is thinking, well, he tried. Well, he shared this. Well, she was talking about a trauma from the past. But knowing why you're doing what you're doing in terms of assignments helps you with assessment.